Well, hello and welcome to my latest video. Yes, it is only 3 years, 4 months, 9 weeks and 17 days since I bought the Brompton, but finally I am out on the Brompton, and if you can see it there, you can actually. So I changed that. There is the Brompton in all its glory. And I have ridden up the Waterlink Way with Mike, and here we are at Greenwich, looking across to Canary Wharf. That was looking across to Mike and his bike, and you're going to want to know what I thought of the Brompton as we pan round and look at Greenwich. So what did I think of the Brompton? Well, it takes a bit of getting used to, but it doesn't take that long to get used to. It's different from riding a normal road bike, that's not surprising. The seat post is too low, so I need to do something about that. I have ordered, funnily enough, a titanium seat post from AliExpress in China. Not met AliExpress before, but I'm hoping it turns out, and I'm hoping it's a little bit longer than the existing seat post. So I had a little, well, I wouldn't say I struggled, but I had a little bit of difficulty cycling with the seat post too low. Apart from that, didn't find it quite so easy pushing off from a standing start at traffic lights and so forth. That's something I'm going to have to get used to. And my choice of footwear, which I did cover in my video about what the well-dressed Brompton rider is wearing, was perhaps not the best because I found them a little bit slippy. I also found a slight issue, and let me just pause while I show you that. And the issue is with this, sorry, I don't know if you can see that, this rear wheel here, which is attached to the rack. And occasionally I found that my back of my foot, also known as my heel, was catching on that wheel. So perhaps that's something the rest of you are familiar with. There's the Brooks Cambion saddle, looking pretty good. Got a Lozine saddlebag under that contains a Schwalbe tube. A light there attached to the seat post, the famous steel seat post, which is too short. The Brooks grips, which you may have seen me put on the bike in a previous video, and that is the Brompton handlebar bag, and that funny thing sticking out of it is a mouth mount for my GoPro, so you may get to see a bit of riding along video, which I'm sure you're going to be well interested in. It's a peaceful greyish day here in Balamory, not cold. In fact, I was a little bit too warm wearing my new Brompton branded Endura gilet. So Mike and I are now about to head off along the Thames path towards London Bridge. We're going to stop at the Watchtower Cafe. Watchtower Cafe, not Watchtower, that's Jehovah's Witnesses, isn't it? It's the Watchman Cafe, where we stopped on a previous video and had a very nice coffee and a great big fat pan au chocolat. I'm not sure if I'll have another one, but I may well be tempted. Peaceful, isn't it? Not peaceful in Ukraine, I imagine, at the moment. Right, you can have a bit of riding along video now. We're going past this farm. Oh, attractive blossom there, cherry blossom perhaps. If you can see there the Wahoo on its mount. The front handlebar bag there, attached to the front handlebars, obviously. No gloves today, as it's quite warm actually. Very fun, very mild. Come to a fence now. Simon's not with us today, hasn't been feeling too good. This is he struggles having to get off and on the bike. Mind you, so do I. That sound was me almost coming a cropper, but not quite. And now we've reached what I think is Greenland Dock, but I'm not 100% sure. Certainly a place we stopped on a previous video. And there is the Brompton standing proud against the chain in front of these rather attractive boats. There you can see a version of Captain Nemo's Nautilus, looking rather proud. Mike was saying this is where the Russian oligarchs store their boats, but I can't help feeling that, I mean, some of them are very nice, but I can't help feeling that a billionaire oligarch is going to have something a bit bigger, a bit more special. Am I being a bit snobbish there? I don't know. If they are billionaire oligarch boats, well, they should be seized. But I do like marinas. I've often said that. Not Morris Marinas. Morris Marinas was a car made by British Leyland of dubious aesthetic pleasantness. What does that say there? It's probably in Dutch or Belgian, isn't it? Vert Koen. Not sure what that says. I'm wearing the 1000 helmet. Not sure what you think about that. I quite like it, actually. I think it's rather... Shall I model it for you? It's quite fetching in terms of colour. You can see the shoes. Shoes. So we've continued along the Thames path, and now we've rocked up here, looking towards the skyscrapers of Canary Wharf. Is that Canary Wharf? Or is it Wapping? I think it's more Wapping-ish. Anyway, skyscrapers. There's a big one. Two big ones. And there, as we pan down, the camera on its boom arm pans down, and we see the Brompton. Brompton in all its glory. There's Mike. And there's a young lady who stopped for a cigarette. Nothing wrong with that. Now here is the Brompton. Are you getting fed up with the Brompton? I'm getting fed up with taking a bloody video of the Brompton. In front of this fabulous bridge, which is called a bascule bridge, by the way. You may have seen it in a previous video. And it's very ingenious. It's a kind of counterbalance, very finely balanced bridge. And just here, see, there's a kind of wheel, half wheel, so that when the bridge raises, it goes back on that wheel. It doesn't raise anymore because there's no need for it, but it's a fascinating bridge, I think. There's Mike, who is equally fascinated by it, and there is the Brompton, which of course we're all fascinated by... I tried standing up. That was not very successful. I also nearly fell off due to a miscalculation whose cause currently escapes me. But I managed not to fall off, you'll be pleased to know. So my ribs are better, thanks for asking. There's a life belt there in case your trousers are falling down. You need a life belt. Not sure what that is. It's either remains of something, or it's what the estate agents would call a bijou residence. Ripe for doing up. Find it on Rightmove. Other estate agents are available. Metropolitan Wharf there on the other side of the river. Not sure if that's significant. And there, that thing sticking up, that great phallic symbol of London, is the Shard. And it's a seagull, a couple of seagulls there flying around. The seagulls look almost as big as the Shard, but I can assure you they're not. The Shard is much bigger, but it's further away. That's physics. Is it physics or is it perspective? One of the two. You can get a better view of this particular des res here. What the estate agents are currently letting out to these cormorants at £2,000 a week plus service charge. The cormorants so far managed to get away without paying, but the bailiffs will soon be upon them, and they will feel the wrath of the bailiff. Fly away, cormorants, quickly, before the bailiffs come and take your des res from underneath you. I don't know what this rotunda, this round building is, but it might well be a shaft for a tunnel going under the river, which was originally built by Brunel in 1843, the first tunnel to be built under the river anywhere in the world. We stopped here at the Watchman Cafe, obviously just as this funeral is taking place, with these rather magnificent horses and the funeral gentlemen in their magnificent attire, and a whole string of elongated cars. So gentleman there riding a cargo bike with two children in the front. It's got to be the future, isn't it? Got to be the future. And there's a lady over there with her child in the rear seat as well. Got to be the future of urban transport. And Mark and I have parked up here in this pretty gardens by the Watchman Cafe. This can of Scrumpy Jack here that you can see. This can of Scrumpy Jack, nothing to do with me or Mike. It's been left there, perhaps by Scrumpy Jack himself, who's a notorious leaver of cans around. It makes a nice backdrop to the Brompton. This bronze statue of this little girl here is because she was the first young person to ever ride a Brompton, and this is a replica of the original Brompton that she used to ride, and she used to ride it along the path by the Thames, That there was her cat. Cat didn't have a Brompton. And there's Mike. Mike doesn't have a Brompton either. And this is the little girl's mother. And there you can see her in the pose, getting ready to fold the Brompton down. As you can see, her left hand is by the seat post. Her right hand is ready to do the first unfold.
A real one was a penny farthing.
Those people don't have Bromptons either. This is the man who invented the Brompton. As you can see, he's also got his hand on the saddle. There's Mike in the background getting fed up because I keep on stopping to take video. Don't blame him. I don't remember seeing this before. This is a kind of marina actually on the Thames with an amazing backdrop there of Tower Bridge and some of the big buildings of the city. Don't know why I missed this last time we came here. Some of these, that looks like it's either a ship with a lot of greenery on it, or it's a kind of river garden. Interesting, isn't it? Shall I pan along for you? Panning started by Peter Pan. He was a filmmaker of the early 20th century, and he started this practice of moving the camera. Named it after himself. Peter Panning it was called. They dropped the Peter in the end, and now it's just called panning. Now this, for YouTubers out there, is the universally recognised YouTube symbol right there in the centre. So you feel that you could just reach out there and press it and the video will start. If you've had enough of this video, and who can blame you, you can press the pause button, but you can't see the pause button in this particular section of the video. So we've reached pretty much the end of our adventure because we have arrived at Tower Bridge. There's the Brompton again. Are you sick of the Brompton? I'm sick of the Brompton. I think I fancy getting something else now. Maybe an e-bike. And there in the background, the majestic, the extraordinary, the ultimate, the bridge to beat all bridges, Tower Bridge. The first branch of Tower Records was located in the right-hand tower there, and that's why it was called Tower Records, after Tower Bridge. Of course, Tower Records is no more. There is the YouTube triangle. So if you press that, the video will start. Impressive, isn't it? Built by William the Conqueror in 1966. Celebrate England winning the World Cup for the 4th time. Mike's getting fed up now. And now we've arrived at this rather nice cafe here in Bermondsey. And I shall step back a moment to let you see the name of it. There we are. It's called Barton's Logo Press. Logo Press. I'm not sure what that means. Lego? Perhaps they mean Lego. It's a misprint. Could be. It's next to the Bermondsey Gallery. First time we came here, it was locked, as it is now. And when we came out of the cafe, the man was just unrolling the shutter. So we moved our bikes just in time. There's Mike, has emerged from placing his order. and I shall now go in and place my order. This is some artwork here in the window of the gallery behind the shutter. At least I assume it's an artwork. It might just be a kind of a map. Could be. Is it a map or is it an Edward Hopper? No, it's not Edward Hopper, is it? It's what's the other one? Jasper Johns? No, it's not. Augustus John. No, it's neither. Jackson Pollock. That's it. Jackson Pollock is the first man to map New York City. Little squiggles, just like this. That metal bit is a shutter, that's not part of the picture. This is a sort of cafe where people come with their laptops and get on with their work. I won't focus in too closely, you don't want to know the details of his work. There's somebody else there, another young lady, on my laptop, working hard, grinding the wheels of industry. Well, grinding the wheels of Microsoft anyway. Well, we're on the way back now. Bit more riding along video for you. Mic up ahead. Looking down, obviously. That's me, riding along on my Brompton and really enjoying it. Well, that's the end of the first Brompton ride, 51 kilometres. And you want to know my conclusions? Well, I loved it, which is probably just as well, seeing as I bought the damn thing. But it takes a little bit of getting used to, but only a few hundred yards, and then you get settled into it. It's not a road bike, so don't treat it like a road bike. It's really great fun to ride. It's nippy, it's pretty fast. Once I get that seat post sorted out, get the saddle raised a bit, because my right leg is a little bit achy in the thigh muscle, because I think because the saddle's too low. But once I've got that sorted out, maybe even start using some SPD pedals on it, I'll be rushing like the wind. And I'll probably sell all my road bikes and buy a few more Bromptons. So if you're thinking of getting a Brompton, listen to Julian. Julian says go and get one, you know you're going to love it. And if you've got a Brompton already, well, you know you love it already. So thanks very much, really enjoyed that ride. Big thanks to Mike for putting up with all the delays and the videoing. And well, see you next time, and it'll probably be on the Brompton again.